This evening we're talking to St Albans City manager Ian Allenson at Kingfield, where the Saints have gone down to the first National League South defeat of the season. With a 2-1 defeat to relegated Woking, who have now won 2 out of 2. 10 minutes from time in, David Moyo scored a wonderful goal to put us 1-0 up, and that time you couldn't see Woking getting a goal, but they turned it round.
Yeah, I felt, as I say, we've had to work extremely hard tonight. I felt first half evened itself out, even though they had the first 20-25 minutes. I felt we started to get into the game and was quite competitive in the last 20 minutes of the first half. Second half, you know, they kept coming. It was wave after wave, and we defended ever so well tonight. I mean, Dean really hasn't had a shot to save. They've had lots of corners. We've defended them well, and then we've worked extremely hard. Gone 1-0 up, like you say, and then for some reason we just. It was difficult because they got a corner from nothing. The referee, I don't want to blame the referees, I take that, but he's pointed one side. We've had some players set up that side and we didn't react quick enough, and they've taken it from the other side, and David Noble's the only one reacting. When the ball come in, the fella's got the header in, it's hit the crossbar, come back, and they reacted quicker than us, which was disappointing. And then, as I say, I just felt we lost our discipline a little bit in that last sort of 10-15 minutes, in terms of, you know, Percy got booked, silly booking. Ben Hurds had 2 silly tackles, and you know, we were down to 10 men, and then we're chasing the game again. So massively disappointing in the end. The results disappointing because I felt that the players, for the shift they put in, the effort they put in, and the tactics they listened to worked for us tonight. And you know, when you go 1-0 up with 10 minutes to go, you expect to take something out of the game.
Playing Hungerford Town at Clarence Park Saturday, then coming to Woking today, 2 totally different tests for the side. And although we lost today, the side might actually get a little bit more credit, maybe not in the attacking third of the field, but certainly defensively we looked a lot stronger today.
Yeah, we changed it around, which is to say, you know, we're going to do that because we've got that sort of personnel. But as I say, I felt they defended very, very well. I thought we were nice and strong. Unfortunately, David Hayew picked up a bit of an injury which he was carrying. And then, as I say, we probably should have took him off at half time, but you know, I wanted to keep him on there because of his size, because of his height. He won big headers for us tonight. He won some tremendous headers, some unbelievable challenges, and you know, there's no coincidence that, you know, once we took him off, we've conceded 2 goals from set pieces, which is disappointing because, as I say, he was a colossus in there defensively for us, and I felt we missed him in that area there. We took Sam Merson off and put obviously David Moyo on. Again, Sam's a good header of the ball, so we just lost a little bit of height. But I just didn't think we set up and reacted quick enough to the first corner for their equaliser. Just literally a minute and a half after we'd gone 1-0 up, we've got to react quicker than that. And I just felt there was a little bit of lack of discipline in terms of how we reacted to set pieces, because they were chasing the game then. And I felt if we just go and sit out for another 3 or 4 minutes, there's also an opportunity to go and nick something on the counter attack. And you know, you see when he went with 2-1 down to 10 men, we've had a great chance just gone past the far post from Percy's shot, so it just got deflected. So a little bit disappointing. As I say, overall they did have a lot of possession. They did cause us lots of problems. They got lots of corners, but I felt we defended really well.
Looking at the first 2 games, the front line has changed a bit as the games have gone on. It looks like there's going to be a little bit of juggling going on there. Do you find a perfect combination?
I think it's probably going to be like that all season, David, because I think all 3 can play together. I think we've seen in pre-season how Sam and Ralston have played together, how David and Ralston, and also how Sam and David's played together. So the one thing that I'll do at this stage when we're playing Saturday, Tuesday, and especially at the start of the season, I'll keep switching the pairings around, because I just think it keeps everybody on their toes and also keeps them nice and sharp, because you know, Ralston's had to do a hell of a lot of running tonight at times. Sam did a lot of running, and you know, just chasing newly lost causes at times and running back into areas, and you know, it's just disappointing in the end that we never really got them into areas to go for them to get a shot at goal or try and create a chance for us. Once we did get him once or twice, our final ball wasn't good enough, or our final decision making wasn't good enough, and you know, they're the things we have to look at in terms of how can we improve that. I just felt too many players want too many touches on the ball at times tonight, and playing against teams like this, when you give the ball away quickly, they get it straight back at you, and it makes it terribly difficult for us to get hold of the ball. And when we do get hold of the ball, we're tired, and you know, it was difficult because, you know, David Noble probably needed to come off with sort of 10 minutes earlier than he did. You know, Percy had done a lot of running with the ball, and you know, he needed to probably go and sit back in there. And as I say, we were just a little bit short, I felt, in some of the bigger areas tonight. You know, I've got lots of forwards on the bench there, but we probably didn't need them in the last 10 minutes. We needed some bodies just to go and dig in and give us a bit of shape there.
It's only been 2 games, I know, and I know you like to sort of look at it after maybe 10, but tonight, coming here to perhaps the promotion favourites and almost sneaking away with a win. That's got to be a positive.
Yeah, it is. But I think, you know, when you go back to the start of last season, when we went to places like Chelmsford, we see them games out. So it was disappointing to give something away tonight. You know, as you see, they're a decent side, to be fair. They've got some good players. I know they didn't play particularly well on Saturday, but playing here in front of this crowd, they got behind them today. So they're going to be there. But as I said before, with Billericay and Torquay and even Chelmsford and Welling and Dartford and all these teams, it's going to be a tough league. You know, make no bones about that. I just feel, as I said to you earlier, really, I just felt our ball retention could have been a lot better today. I felt we could have relaxed on the ball a little bit more, and we got in some really good areas. But you know, the final pass or the final cross, or you know, I think we've had one corner today, which is in the last minute. That's unlike us. We usually get corners for fun during games, so we never really went and caused some problems. We brought Cow on, who does cause teams problems, but you know, he's struggling with his groins and his hamstrings from Saturday. So you know, there's a few areas there that we need to just make sure that the players get the rest in between. You know, I don't want to play Cow tonight and then he breaks down and we lose him for 4 or 5 weeks like Conkle did twice last year. So you know, we've got to be careful what we do. As I said, we are carrying quite a small squad. It's nice to bring Ben in now because he can give us a bit of balance down the left hand side, and he's got good pace, got good quality on the ball, so that will help from that side of it. And they're the things we have to look at going into Saturday's game against Western.
That was one of the things I was going to ask. 1 in, 1 out. Is there going to be any more, or is?
Well, if we keep losing games, then obviously you've got to look at reasons why you keep losing games. But you know, I felt Harold Joseph come in tonight and done very well. It was tough on Tarek, but I felt his performance on Saturday wasn't to the level we required, and he missed out totally tonight. But I think when we've got a squad of 16 or 17, that we can afford to do that. So you know, I've got to keep Tarek on his toes. He's got to try and get back in now. If David's not going to be fit for Saturday, then Tarek's got an option of coming in and playing. So they're all the things we need to have a look at. But as I say, I just think it's tough after conceding 2 goals in the last 10 minutes when from a winning position, and it wasn't as if we'd been hanging on for a win. You know, we had to go and work hard to get him 1-0 up with 10 minutes to go, and then you know, to go and give 2 goals away in them last 10 minutes when they didn't look like they were going to open us up. I felt quite comfortable. Unfortunately, we changed to a 4 once Davies went off. You know, it was difficult to stay with a 3, which we probably could have done in hindsight. But you know, they went really like a 4-2-4 in the end. The 2 wide men. The lad they brought on down the left-hand side was causing us loads of problems, and when Ben Hurd then got sent off, it caused us even more problems because obviously we've leaving big gaps in there, and he was getting in time after time after time. So disappointing, as I say. I think a lack of discipline a little bit today from 2 or 3 players didn't help us, but we have to talk to them on Thursday and try and make sure that they improve in that area, because we can't afford to have players not doing their jobs correctly, and that's what we've got to do from Thursday onwards till Saturday.
Lovely, thanks very much, Ian. Just a reminder, Saints next in action on Saturday. A long trip down to Somerset to play Western-super-Mare at Winterstoke Road. Kick-off for that National League South match is at 3 p.m.